You need to leave. This lounge is for real clients. That's what Corinne Miller said to me, dead in the eyes in front of a room full of strangers. You ever been dismissed by someone who didn't know you pay the bills around here? That's how my morning started in Summit Wealth Bank's private client lounge. Marble floors, big money vibes, but no love if you look like me and dress like this. You think I'd be shocked? Nah, not after a lifetime of these tests. I almost came looking for it, you know. So if you've ever been on the wrong end of someone's small mind in a big institution, stick with me, because this isn't just another story about bank drama. In 10 minutes, you'll see how power and prejudice crash into each other and what it really means to own your place. Picture it. I walk in dark jeans, pale blue sweater, nothing shiny, just me and my tablet. Not exactly the billionaire CEO look, but that's intentional. No entourage, no labels. I ask the teller for the lounge to do a $5,000 withdrawal. They buzz me in. Then it starts. Stare, the tone, the "can we help you?" That means should you be here? Corinne slides over, air perfect, voice flat, but her eyes all suspicion. We'll need proof where your funds came from. I've seen that look since my first real estate deal at 23. I just open my tablet and slide over the docs. Before she even glances, here comes Chadwick Vance, the type who wears his MBA on his sleeve, knocks my tablet right onto the floor, then keeps walking. Didn't even blink. Across the room, Brittany Foster, arms crossed, young, sharp, whispering about how that much cash sounds fishy, maybe even stolen. The clients start shifting, some looking, some pretending not to. I keep it calm, run my name, Corinne. You're not verify. This isn't a walk-in. Then Leo Jang starts filming. I tell him, put the phone down. We don't need footage. We need facts. Next thing you know, Chloe Davis, sitting on my left, whispers, "This is foul." I tell her to say it out loud, and she dose calls out Corinne and Brittany. Brittany shoots back. Security's on standby. Chadwick, leaning against a pillar, laughs. You really think she's got that kind of money? He even slips a note on the floor that says, "Go to a pawn shop." The vibe turns ugly. People clutching their bags, staring. I've seen it too many times. I say, enough. You're tearing this place down with your words. Corinne smiles. You're not a client. You're a con artist. Go play rich somewhere else. So I pull out my phone and call Anita, my executive assistant. Start protocol 6. She's ready. No hesitation. You're going to regret this, I tell Corinne, because you just told the wrong woman she doesn't belong in the bank she owns. Corinne rolls her eyes. Delusions don't scare me. Brittany dials security anyway. I'm sitting there thinking this is the same energy as every time I had to prove myself to folks who never saw me coming. But this time, it's not just money. On the line, it's the right to belong in a space I built. Corinne barks at Stephen Webb, the assistant manager, to throw me out. He hesitates, caught between his boss and the truth. Chadwick piles on, saying I should be arrested. Brittany says again, "That's stolen cash. My simple Clothis and Purpose Beckham, their evidence." Chloe stands up for me, says they're out of line. Chadwick, we know the type. She probably got someone's login. Stephen's stuck. Leo wants to record, but I shake my head. Words, not lenses. Marcus James, another client, says, "Let your voice do the work." Chloe, trembling, says, "This is real." Brittany snaps, "You're making a scene." I tell her you called security on me for existing. That's the scene. Stephen finally asks, do you have any account verification? I call Anita against logging everything, sending it straight to internal audit. Every word, every action. Karen tries to wave Stephen off, says I'm here to make a mess. Chadwick says I'm trying to be a victim for views. Leo steps up, says I'm not filming. I asked for words. Brittany says security's on the way. Chloe, frustrated. Security for what a withdrawal. Karen, almost shouting. Wake up. People like her don't walk in here with that kind of money. I look her in the eyes. You sound scared. That's your job slipping away, Karen. Threats now, I say, just a mirror. Anita's voice in my ear. Compliance is monitoring live, all records updated. Stephen, finally, Karen. What if she's right? Karen glares, but the cracks are showing. I stand up. You asked for proof. You accused me of fraud, called me a thief, triggered security, mocked my clothes, and I'm still here. Why do you think that is? The room goes quiet. Now, security enters Strick Hayes. Straight posture, uniform crisp. What's going on? Brittany. She's a suspected fraud. Derek demands my things. When I don't move fast enough, he shoves my bag. You're being detained for noncompliance, Marcus. That's not legal, Chloe. This is what happens. I look at Derek, touch me again, and this bank will pay. Derek, you don't belong here. Marcus stands between us. Leo starts to record. I stop him. We don't need their eyes. We need their ears, I say to the room. You demand my history like I owe you my identity. But I don't owe you anything. I earned more than anyone here. Maybe ask yourself why you're so sure I don't belong. Anita's voice again, protocol fully active. Compliance board flag, Karen. Chadwick's on warning. The audit logs are live. Karen tries to bluff, but I announce it clear. I am Isabella Rossi, CEO of Summit Enterprises, owner of Summit Wealth Bank. Every word you've said has been recorded, logged, and now witnessed. The room goes still. Marcus recognizes me. Chloe starts crying. Leo says he should have filmed this part. The police come and Brittany tries to tell them I am an imposter. I calmly tell the officer I'll make a statement, but not yet. And then the real twist. Nia Jackson, young black woman in a denim jacket, stands up and says, they did it to me too. She tried to open a business account. Brittany had shut her down for no reason. Nia's got the receipts, recorded the conversation. Suddenly, the officers aren't so sure who's in the wrong. Karen tries to backpedal, says I was dressed wrong. I tell her that wasn't judgment. That was bias. Chadwick says we're being dramatic. Chloe and Leo call him out. The cop tells Chadwick to sit down. Get ready to give a statement. I turn to the crowd. This isn't about me. It's about everyone who gets silenced. I tell Nia, your account will be opened by the executive board. No fees, Marcus says. You didn't just stop a system. You exposed it. I nod, and now I'll dismantle it. Anita's voice. Full authority granted. Compliance team arriving. I fire Karen, Stephen, Brittany, Derek, and ban Chadwick for bias, abuse, and covering up complaints. The room erupts real applause, the kind that comes after years of holding it in. Brittany, in tears, confesses she buried 8 complaints, all from women of color, flagged them as unverified to keep her numbers clean. Anita confirms audio files, and signatures match. I tell everyone ownership is responsibility. I will make sure this never happens again. Not here, not on my watch. I halt all branch operations, announce the Summit Equity Program, verbal audits, diversity accountability, and a values pledge for every employee who wants to stay. Chloe asks what that means. We don't just check numbers, track words, and who's treated as a burden. As the dust settles, an elderly man, Arthur Kensington, confesses he trained staff to prioritize appearance, never using race but building a system of bias. I tell him, use your voice now. He offers to help with reform. Anita's voice. 17 clients marked as security risk. 15 are black or Hispanic. I say, it's not a case, it's a culture. Chloe says, you broke it open. Yeah, you gave me a future. I say, you'll do it in a bank that sees you. I look at the room staff, clients, police. Let this be the last time silence walks away stronger than truth. Justice isn't a hashtag, it's what we do when nobody's filming. If I can do it here, so can you. If you've ever been doubted, dismissed, or denied, let this remind you. Your voice matters. Justice starts with truth. Share this, join the conversation, and tell Muhat what you have done if you own the room.